free Kentucky background checks. The reason why background checks like Kentucky background check are so commonplace within the society of today is because most of the people of today want to know everything that they could about the person who is the target of the background check that they would commission. It is without a doubt that there are persons which would do their best to keep secret certain things in their past, specifically, things that such a person believes would color the opinion within the community in regard to him. Whether or not those secrets are dark or not would not really matter in the long run. At the same time, it must be noted that there are some secrets that must be brought into the light to the people around. The one who is keeping the secret is someone who is entitled to know everything that he or she could know of the person in question. Secrets in regard to the illegal background of the person are some of those things that a person would try to keep in the dark for as long as possible, hence. It is not surprising that most of the request for background checks would have something to do with the lawless background of the person named on the record. The background checks of today rely mostly on the use of records because it would be easier and more efficient to do so. The records in question are often the official and public records of the government, which means that not only are they presumed to be true and accurate always, they are also supposed to be attainable in the public always. Of course, it must be remembered that just because they are supposed to be ready for use in the public at all times does not mean that they could be requested by anyone, as most of those who would make the request would be the ones who would have a legitimate interest in the records. The government manages to limit those who are making the request by prescribing a fee for the request of the copies from the records. The importance of the background records of a person is something that is acknowledged by the law, hence, the reason why almost all offices would have copies of records in relation to such a search. At the same time, one must remember that there are some records that could only be requested from certain places, as those places are the official custodians of the records in question. In general, a request for copies from the records may be done either in person or through the mail, and both methods would have their own inherent set of advantages and disadvantages that the person making the request would have to take into consideration. Kentucky criminal background checks may also be done online through the use of online databases. These databases as well present records, but because they are the internet-based, they could present the records faster and more efficiently, though note that they are not official sources, hence article search, they could not enjoy the presumption of regularity.